All right, so we're gonna get a couple of people in this room before I start talking. Anyway, this is a update. Maintenance update, and we're waiting for somebody to come into the room here so I can give the maintenance update. Okay, nobody's showing up. Not even one person. Oh my goodness. My light blew out. I have these lights like right there. My one back there blew out. They're not that expensive. I can get another one. Anyway, nobody's coming in, so this will be one you can watch later. All right, maintenance update. What we did so far. Let's start at the back. What we did for maintenance. So we hung the tire rack there. I had to get a hanger. See that new hanger right there? So I had to get a new hanger for that. I don't know if you guys actually saw that because I couldn't see it myself. But we got that, so we got the spare tire rack hung up nice. We also flushed and changed the rear end gear fluid and got that taken care of. Moving up along the drivetrain, we flushed out the old gear oil for the 4-speed transmission and put some new gear oil in. And let me show you the stuff I use. This pen, this is some good stuff. And it's supposed to be what the car needs. Give me a second here, I'll reach it. Okay, this stuff here, pen grade, uh, classic multi-purpose gear oil. This is what goes in the 4-speed gearbox. And this is what I use for that. And so we've got fresh fluid in there. And I don't know if you saw my video on the DeWitt radiator. So we installed the DeWitt radiator, and we flushed and put fresh coolant in the car. So we got all that. And I did the plug video yesterday. Last couple of days, I did the spark plug videos. And of course, we changed the thermostat when we did the coolant and everything. So as far as maintenance concerned, we have all the fluids changed from the rear end, transmission, 4-speed gearbox, to the engine itself. Brand new DeWitt radiator. And let me tell you, those things aren't cheap. DeWitt radiators, those are $990 for a radiator. But it's aluminum, high flow, and the car runs really cool now. I mean, it runs like 180 degrees. It never, ever seems, even when I'm sitting in traffic, it doesn't go above 180. So that DeWitt radiator was a plus. We flushed that engine out, and all brand new coolant. So all the fluids on the car right now are all new and fresh. Maintenance, we have new brakes on the car, new calipers on the car. So all that's taken care of. Even replaced some of the brake lines. Got that all done. And I'm trying to think, what else do I need to do to the car at this point? Done quite a bit. Here's a little cool feature. This is a 71, but like the 69 L88s, they didn't have the cutout for the rear exhaust. And since I have side pipes on here, as you can see, and you don't want that ugly gap right there. So I didn't actually do that. Previous owner did that when the side pipes were put on. And I don't know what year that was. The story is that Yanko Chevrolet put those side pipes on at the dealership. And that's the story I was told. So I don't know if they blocked these off at that time or not. Anyway, it's cool because you don't have that gap back there when you're seeing it from the rear. If you have side pipes and you see where the old exhaust used to be, kind of looks ugly. Oh yeah, so let's go to the tires. Now we got the period correct tires on here. These are radials. Okay, look at them. These are period correct, and I think they're what they're called F60 or something like that. Where's that? Can't quite remember. Uh, where is it? It's right there. Nope, that's, yeah, there it is. GR 6015s. Very correct radials. You can see that good tread on there. So, uh, yeah, I'm at the point now I'm thinking, what else can I do to the car? You know, I mean, it has its original paint job, and there's some patina on it. I know it looks great in the video, but if you could actually see the car, there are little stress cracks and things like that around the car. But maintenance-wise, I guess I'm pretty much done for a while. I'm at the point where I'm trying to think, what else can I do to the car? You know, but anyway, the spark plugs were kind of fun. Now, every C3 is not the same. I mean, they're really, you know, depending on whether it's big block, small block, you know, early model C3, chrome bumper style like this, or later model, you know, it's a little bit different how you approach the spark plugs. And even, let me pop the hood for you here. Even on this 71, I mean, you're going to look at the plugs and you're going to say, oh, that's a tough job. Well, it really does look tough, but it wasn't that tough. There was one or two that were difficult, but they weren't impossible. Pop that hood up. All right, so you look in the engine bay there. Now, this was the easy side to get. The first one, the second one, the third one was kind of a breeze. The fourth one back there was a little bit difficult to reach, but it was okay. Now, over on the other side, you see I got that old style air conditioning compressor. Let me walk over there. I got a light that blew out in here. I got to replace. That's why it's kind of dark. Now look at this side. You're like, oh shit, what a nightmare. You know, it's not really a nightmare, but it wasn't that easy. I had to jack the car up to get the two from the bottom. These two in the rear. These two in the front, where you think, oh, you got to do that from the bottom. No, you don't. I did both of those from the top. And if you watched my last video on the spark plugs, I showed you how I was able to fish my arm down through this compressor here, you know, without removing it. And I was able to access both of those plugs. And I couldn't see them, but I could feel, you know, where they were. So it was not as hard as you think. And I actually got that job done pretty easily. So I had a lot of people tell me, well, if you're going to do the spark plugs on that car, you're going to have to remove that that air conditioning compressor there, that old style, the one that takes the R12. You'll never get to those plugs. And I was like, yeah, well, I'll get to them. And I did, you know, from the top. I didn't use any special tools. I used a regular socket. I didn't even use what do they call the, you know, oh, boy, I can't even think right now. You know, the angled one. I didn't have to use that. I used a short extension and a socket. And I was able to get both of those front plugs right there. So, you know, let people tell you can't do things, you know, because I love proving people wrong. But anyway, wasn't a bad job. So update again, in case you weren't here when I started the video, we did a full fluid from front to rear replace, rear end, 4-speed gearbox oil, flush engine, brand new DeWitt radiator. I was mentioning how much that cost me. And, you know, new thermostat and whatever, and new fresh oil. I did the oil yesterday. I was going to do the oil change on a live, but I just went ahead and did it yesterday. On that video, I said I wasn't going to do it till later, but since I was working on the car, I just went ahead and did the oil change. So what kind of oil do I use? Well, these got to have that the zinc. It's got to have that zinc in there. So, you know, this is the oil that I use right here. And it's a 10W30 Valvoline VR1. Everyone says this is the stuff to go to, and this is what I've been using. So did that, got everything done, and so now I'm a happy camper because I'm trying to figure out what else I can do to, you know, bring some kind of video content on the car where it comes to working on it, and I don't have anything else I can work on. You know, poor me. Boo. But anyway, I just wanted to make this short live and update the people who, are interested in, how my C3 is coming along. Okay. So next thing I got to do is, what I was thinking about doing, probably won't, but I was thinking about cutting these out right here, just a little cutout, right? And put a screen in there so that it breathes a little better. Just right there. Little cutout right there. Maybe not. First things first, I gotta fix that bleeping light. It went out. Blew out. Okay. Let's see what some of the viewers are talking about here. Okay, he says, what year? And then I said, okay, he said, you just answered 71. That was Philip. And TTT Dayros VR, can you please rev? Keys are upstairs, man. I should have thought about that. Sorry. It says, I've got a 79 L82. Yours looks nice, bro. Thanks, Philip. And TD Dayros, he wants me to rev the car. And Philip says it looks sweet. Thank you, Philip. I'm sure yours looks just as good. I always liked the C3. I've had a few different Corvettes. I've had 4 of them in my lifetime. No, this is number 5, actually. Everything I had was a C4. My first was a 96 C4. My second was a 96 Grand Sport. My third was a 91 ZR1. My fourth was, I had a yellow 92 convertible 6-speed. I actually really liked that car. And then for a few years, I didn't have one. And then I bought this number 5 right here, because I wanted to go nostalgic. I wanted something that was T-top. Let me see. Philip says no T-top. Yeah, it's T-top. It's got a T-top. Yeah, see. Yeah, T-top. Yeah, but where was I? I wanted to go nostalgic, so I got this. Oh, another interesting thing. I put this on another video, but since I'm live, I might as well say it. This car was sold brand new at Yanko Chevrolet in Cannonsburg. So although they didn't really build and produce Yanko Corvettes as they did with the Yanko Camaro, he did build one that he raced with. This is not a Yanko in that sense, but it was sold brand new at Yanko Chevrolet in Cannonsburg, actually in February of 1971. This car was delivered to Yanko Chevrolet. And so, that's an interesting point about it. So, what do they say? Philip says, okay, all right. Yeah, Philip, I'll show you the interior. I've got videos where I've done interior stuff, but I'll show it to you now. Nice door panels. I just want you to see how everything is like in really, really good condition. Only one little scratch on the interior, and that's right there. See how that is. You ought to see the bird cage. Now, if I had a moment, I would pull these panels for you. But I've done it. It is so clean back there. It looks like it just left the factory. I mean, there's no rust in there at all on either side. I mean, it's just like, you wouldn't believe it. I'm telling you, it looks like it was freaking built yesterday. That's how clean it is in there. And I'm not exaggerating. But anyway, let's take a look at that interior. See, no rips, no tears in the seats. The cushioning is still good. These are not, new seats. These are the original seats. This whole interior of this car, the carpet, everything. Carpet pile, look at that. All original. Let's see the console, center console there. Everything works except for the radio works. I mean, it comes on, but it's like real low. So something's going on with the amplifier there. And I don't really care about the radio. And you see a little bit of debris on the floor there. That's because I was driving the car. And I got a bunch of leaves in the back of my house, so I dragged those in there on the bottom of my boots. So there's the other seat, driver's seat. Nice, right? Clean. Dashboard, no cracks. Beautiful. Rear, carpet. Perfect. Yeah, so I have a great interior on this car. And as I was mentioning, this is not restored. This is a survivor car, I guess you would call it. And original paint. There are some imperfections in the paint. Like I was saying earlier, it's hard to see. Who's asking me for sidewinders? Sweet, sweet. Lost my train of thought here. Yeah, original paint. So there are, slight imperfections. It's, been 50 some odd years that this paint's been on the car, but it still looks pretty good. I mean, there's stress cracking, like, I don't know if you can see that there. A little bit of stress cracking. Oh, there's my buff. Look at that. Whoa. Yeah. Anyway, so see a little stress cracking here on the hood. But this hood was, it's an L88 hood aftermarket. It was resprayed for, to match the color. I do have the original hood right here. And I just prefer the L88 hood to be on there. And the worst part on the car, and the part that always bothers me, and I'm going to do something about this eventually, is the stress cracking on the front end right here. I don't know if you can see that. Bit of stress cracking there. That's the worst part on the car, and that's what it bugs me every time I see that. So I'm going to end up having to do something about that. But as far as maintenance is concerned, I got everything taken care of. There's nothing that I need to do right now. I'm almost waiting for something to break so I have something to fix, Car's 100% drivable. It's a thrill to drive. I love it. Oh, okay. Let me, since I have the video going on here, how many miles? 35,000 original miles, Philip. 35,000 original miles. As a matter of fact, the plugs that I pulled out yesterday, those were the original plugs that I pulled out. Let me see. Yeah, I threw them away. Let me show. Where's my trash can? Hold on 1 second. I don't want to show you my ugly trash can. They probably all dropped to the bottom. Yeah, they did. I'd have to dig in the trash to get one of those plugs out, and I don't want to do that. It's nasty. But anyway, yeah, I replaced them with some brand new, what are they called? R45 TS plugs. They have a heat rating of 5. And, so I won't have to do that again for a long time. All right, so this live has actually gone on longer than I planned on doing it. I just was going to update you on all the little maintenance stuff I did. And, here's something interesting. Now, see that on there? That's wrap. I did that with a wrap, just to give it a kind of a cool little accent look. And I'll show you something what I did with the side pipes. Now, these side pipes are old, okay? They have been on this car since 1971. And of course, it's only got 35,000 miles on it, and the car was stored indoors, so they didn't deteriorate. But over time, chrome is still going to you're going to get that flaking. It's going to, unless you have it in some kind of controlled temperatured environment where nothing's getting to it. It's going to tarnish and all that. So what I did was, it was really tarnished bad. So I polished it first, but you can see the pitting. If you look close there, you can see the pitting on there. And so, it's kind of sucks, right? But here's what I wanted to show you. What I did was, someone said, don't put wrap on a side pipe because it will not stick and it'll bubble off and all that, right? So as you look at the top here, okay, I used a wrap to cover that part right there. And I did that months ago, and this car's been driven, you know, not a whole heck of a lot, but long enough for that to bubble off, you know, if it was going to do it. So yes, you can put a wrap over chrome. As you can see, and it doesn't bubble off. Let me get a closer look there. And I did that on the top on both sides because this is where I had the most pitting on the side pipes. So, you know, I had sanded it down and everything, got it nice and smooth, and then I put that wrap on there, and it does not come off. And everyone says it would, but it didn't, as you can see. And believe me, those pipes have been hot. So I was thinking about getting, you know, the new side pipe covers, but if you look at the cost of that, it's like $4,500 for these things, for a pair of them. $4,500, you know. So what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna strip this chrome down. I'm just gonna strip it all the way down. Maybe that's the video I'll do. I'm gonna strip all that down to the aluminum, to the bare aluminum, and then I'm just gonna polish the aluminum, and they'll look just fine. So as far as the mufflers inside themselves, they're in great condition. No rusting, you know, like, you know, mufflers rust tarnish, but I mean, it's like, you know, it's not rusted through or anything like that. Everything is good. So it's very solid. That's why I don't want to invest in doing that. I'll just, you know, do it my way. Strip that down, polish to the aluminum, polish the aluminum. It'll look great. So what else do I have to talk about today? Well, I don't have anything else to talk about today. I got to get that light back there fixed. That's what I got to do. But anyway, let me see. Original plugs. That's wild. How much are you asking? Oh, Philip, I'm not selling. Oh, no. This is my Yanko Corvette, you know, if you want to call it Yanko, and that it was sold at Yanko. So, and when I do sell it, if I sell it, it's going to be sometime in the far future. Hold on one second. You guys just bear with me. I have to do something real quick. Hold on one second. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's get a better angle here. See my little tight garage. But yeah, I'm not going to be selling it now. And if I did, I would ask right now what the Haggerty value is. Now, the Haggerty value on this car is about $27,000. Now, if you add there's certain options, like if you have it increases the value. Like I have the deluxe leather interior, I have the air conditioning, power window. I mean, not power windows, power brakes, power steering, tilt and telescopic steering. And all those things add value to the car. But if I were to sell, I'd probably ask about 27 right now. But it could be a little more. Yeah, I mean, right now my car is in tip-top condition, and I'm going to enjoy it. So anyway, like I said, I've been going on longer than I planned on going on. I'd like to thank everyone for coming in and watching my video. Yeah, and I do have the removable rear window too. That's removable. And here's one other spot I forgot to mention with the stress cracking. You see that light stress cracking right there? That could probably be rubbed out because that's not very deep. I might do a video on that. Might be one that I do. I only have the driver's side side mirror. This didn't, you know, when ordered, it didn't come with two side mirrors. I just got the driver's side. And anyway, so I'm going to wrap this all up. I'd like to thank everyone for coming in and, you know, listening to me ramble on about a lot of nothing, right? There you go. The Star Spangled Banner. Everybody salute. All right, so you have yourself a great day. I'm going to visit my mom right now. And Hope you guys do something productive too. All right, thanks for watching. Glad you came. I'm gonna start doing some more lives a little more often, and I'll get back with you if I can figure out what I can do to the car at this point to make it interesting. All right, everyone. Thanks. Take care. Wait a minute. Let me answer one question. Well, shit, you got my hopes up. That's okay, but this is what Philip says. Got my hopes up. That's okay, bro. It really looks nice. Maybe we can meet at Bloomington, Illinois. Okay, yeah, maybe. We'll see about that, Philip. All right, everyone. Take care. Bye.